Thank you, Mike. Gallatin County Sheriff Jim Cashel has confirmed that the suspect in Wednesday's fatal shooting of a Montana Highway Patrol trooper is dead. The Sheriff's Department said in a news release that the suspect wanted in connection with the shooting of Montana Highway Patrol trooper David DeLate was found deceased in his vehicle on a rural road south of Townsend in Broadwater County. 56-year-old Errol Brent Bolden of Three Forks was identified by the Sheriff's Department as the suspect. Gallatin County Sheriff Jim Cashel and Montana Highway Patrol Lieutenant Colonel Butch Huseby confirmed at a news conference last night that 23-year-old trooper David DeLate pulled over a man on Montana Highway 2 around mile marker 94. Initial reports from officials indicate that DeLate was conducting a routine traffic stop and was allegedly shot by Bolden. The suspect was believed to be armed and dangerous and on the loose. Several eyewitnesses told us they saw numerous law enforcement vehicles speeding toward the area. Montana This Morning's director, Brian King, was one of the first people to talk to a deputy in Three Forks who told him to get back in his car, give them half a mile, and law officers had their guns drawn. The investigation is continuing and is being conducted by the Gallatin County Sheriff, Coroner, Broadwater County Sheriff, and Broadwater County Coroner with assistance from the Montana Department of Criminal Investigation. Over 100 law enforcement personnel responded to assist in the incident. The Sheriff's Department said in a release, quote, "This is a sad day for all Montanans and their law enforcement agencies," end quote. And Adam Bell is with us live this morning, not doing the weather, but he was on the scene last night.
That's right. I was on the scene last night, and I had a chance to get not very close. In fact, they closed us off about 3/4 of a mile away from where the scene was. That was as close as we could get, and we were working on some of the details. Some of the details were released as early as late last night. Here's what the scene looked like. I'm standing now at the junction of US 287 and Montana 2, and as you can see behind me, this is as far as you can go on Montana 2. As you look to the west, Three Forks is in the far distance here. Montana Highway Patrol is joining several other agencies as they continue to investigate the shooting death of one of their own.
This afternoon, there was a shooting occurred just southwest of Three Forks here, and a Montana Highway Patrol trooper was killed. We are currently investigating to try and figure out what happened and who's responsible for it. The victim is a Montana Highway Patrol trooper by the name of David DeLate. David was 23 years old.
This time it was a young 2-year troop that lost his life doing what he loved to do and serving the public. So what the Highway Patrol is going to do for now is help Gallatin County as much as we can to give them all the support they need to see what we can do to find the person that did this.
As we take a look at the lights in the crime scene, well off behind me here, can't really get a good sight from here, but this is as far as we're allowed to go as more than 100 investigators continue their investigation into the shooting death of one of their own. Now, Sheriff Cashel said there were over 100 personnel on the scene, including a lot of local law enforcement in Gallatin County, including Manhattan Police, Belgrade Police, you name it. They were all there, and it was a very somber time for many of them. And there's going to be continuing more investigation. I guess now there's going to be a press release or a press conference later on today for more information. So, of course, we'll keep you updated on that story.
And so we will be following that today, and we'll have more at 5:30 and 10.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Adam. And Trooper David DeLate is a native of Three Forks. According to Highway Patrol records, he was sworn in as a trooper in November of 2008 and was first stationed in Chinook. He has been working in southwest Montana for less than a year. Before joining the troopers, he worked as a mechanic at Tour American RV. His biography says he applied to the MHP Academy because he wanted to work for the most respected law enforcement agency in Montana. He chose to have his father pin on his badge at graduation because he said he looked up to his father. At his graduation, he thanked his parents and his 2 younger sisters, Rebecca and Hannah, for their advice and support. His badge number was 269. And yesterday, we spoke with a man who said the high school in Three Forks was locked down while authorities searched for the suspect. School was out at the time, but he says his wife and others who had stayed late for after-school activities were inside the school still at around 5:30 last night. There were also some reports of some people and businesses in town having to stay put, and we talked with an employee at Wheat Montana who said the manager told them to close down. And Bozeman law enforcement received no rest following last night's tragedy, responding to a domestic disturbance call that resulted in a more than 4-hour